I wonder how that is. I think that's okay. Internet. All right. Yippee yaha! Yippee yay! That looks pretty good. Hello, Stone Wolf Outdoors, and hello, Curtis Miller. Welcome. My hair is a mess today. I had a terrible headache all day. All right. Captain Fuzzy Outdoor Adventures, good evening. Sean, welcome. Yes, this is the first, well, we've had live stream in the shop here before, as it was still not very complete. I'm trying to watch I have the forge over there. I'm using it as a fireplace right now. I'm just testing that theory. I don't want to light everything on fire, but if I can use it as a forge, it should be able to hold a small fire. And it's really nice, actually. What I think I could do is I'll build like a little fire cage to keep the sparks kind of in there. And it'll be, a makeshift fireplace, which would be pretty cool. So how is everybody doing today on this wonderful Thursday? I had to think for a second. I was like, what day of the week might it be today? Yeah, let's see. Let me just give everybody a moment to roll in. I almost fell asleep on my bed here. I was pretty comfortable. Oh, here we go. We got all the insects coming in here, the moths now. Yes, let's hear listening to the birds. And I was like, oh yeah, 10 o'clock, right? And then the alarm went off. I'm like, oh, I got to get up. That's awesome. But it's so peaceful up here. I'm sitting in my, there's a mosquito. Yeah, we don't like those. I'm sitting in my lounge area, I guess the living quarters of the Viking camp here, of the blacksmith shop. And it's actually that little fire there is warming up the place pretty good. Really like that. Yes. So, all right. I think everybody's starting to roll in. So welcome everybody to Thursday evening live stream at the Viking camp, blacksmith shop hangouts today. Yeah, I wish I could show you guys a little bit more, but it's already really dark. And I have to use a floodlight so that you guys can even see me on the camera. I do have a little bit of a fireplace experiment going on over there, but it makes me very nervous. I'm not standing right in front of it. Yeah, so skull. I'm drinking some water today because I still have to drive home. Okay. Yes, so what did I do this week and last week? I wasn't posting any videos, so that's kind of a bummer for me too, because I would love to. But I've been so busy up here. I've been so extremely busy that I haven't managed to do much of anything but work. I finished the doors on the blacksmith shop from the inside and outside mostly. The rough, I can lock it up and leave, and that's the important part. I can lock it up and leave my stuff in here, and without some effort, nobody can come in here. Now, of course, anybody wants in, they'll get in. They'll bring proper tools, chainsaws, and screwdrivers, and all that stuff. But Ori Folk, welcome. You made it to the live stream. Very happy to see you. That earlier remark, you were trying to remember to see if you could make it. So that's awesome. Just saying that we're just sitting here watching the little fireplace go over there. I'm wondering if that's going to be okay. I have a little fireplace going in my forge. It's a little experiment. Yeah, we'll see. So I've finished the doors. I can lock this place up. It's got windows. I've got some nice windows. I still need to do something about this door from the inside. I can't close it from the inside. And there's a big gap at the top. So I'm going to put a nice board in there. But what I did do yesterday, I was planning on making a short video yesterday. There's a mosquito. I'm watching it. It's not going to bite me. I'll watch it when it comes by. I'll get it. And Eat Machine, welcome. Yes, what else to say? Yesterday, eBay Classifieds got me. Actually, there's two stories I'd like to say about that. So I was searching the eBay Classifieds. I managed to clean out the garden center of all their 50% off fruit, berries, and bushes. So that was really cool. And I planted about almost all of them yesterday, or the day before yesterday. That took me all day. Took me on Tuesday, actually, yes. It took me all of Tuesday to plant most of those plants. I still have a couple I didn't plant yet because they're going to find new homes probably. But so then I was there, standing there, looking at these. Now I have to say this correctly. So some people were asking me, what is a wine plant? A grape vine, I guess you could say. Is that the correct term? I don't even know, because I know in German what it is, but I don't know the English term. So it's in German we call it a Weinrebe. It's like a branch that grows a bunch of. It's almost like it's a grape plant. Yeah, it makes grapes. That's as much as I can tell you. But I really wanted some really, really large ones so I could plant them on the corner of the shop and have it grow, around the building, make it look really old. Yeah, there you go. Grapevine for wine grapes. That's exactly what I bought really small ones, and I managed to get them at a real nice rate from the store. But, I don't have the patience to wait 50 years until they grow. And constantly you see these people on the eBay Classifieds, they're like tearing down their house, or they're tearing down the driveway, or they're just getting rid of the backyard because they want to do some whatever. I have to go somewhere. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. Okay. I will see you back in 5 minutes. Yeah. So, I managed to find somebody that was selling. So I was standing, I might have to concentrate. So I was standing there at the store staring at these about, I would say, 3 to 4 foot tall wine plants. And for grapes, for wine. And they were about 200 euros a piece. And I was like, damn, I really want those, but that's too much money. That's too much money. That's way too much money. And I need at least 2. So I left kind of depressed, but I did have the van packed. If you saw my post in the community section there, I posted a play where it was a fine poo. He's in the back of the van, all like in a jungle. So it was funny. Yesterday, I was in the eBay Classifieds, and I look in there, and there's a guy that says, if you can come and dig these up, they're $50. They're all 4 of these are yours. And I get most of my soil from people digging out driveways. People are very generous if you know where to look. Yes, that is true. And so, since I'm very savvy on the eBay Classifieds, I'm there on every morning checking to see if there's not mosquitoes, but checking to see if there's anything cool, old workshop, forge stuff, and so the guy had it and say, we want to expand the driveway, and this is in the way. You can come get it for $50. And they were huge, and I had to get this after work. The sun was beating down, and I could tell you, I was exhausted after I got done with I got the first one out, and I said, that's it. I have to come back. And then it was the biggest one. And I took a real good look at I'm watching these mosquitoes. They're coming in here. I took a real good look at the other 3, and they were like a quarter of the size of that first one. So I went at it. I stuffed all 4 of those huge wine plants in my van, made a total mess. Hello, Orifolk. Welcome back. Yeah, so I went and got those wine plants. So I stuffed them in the car, dug them up, and the same evening, I had to put them in the ground, of course, because of the roots. The damage that the roots sustained was important to get them right back in the ground and heavily watered. I had very much of that clay earth that I had acquired probably a year or two ago. I had kept it around in tubs, and it came in handy yesterday because wine likes the wine plants, the grapevines. They like a chalky ground, like a clay earth. So I used that to put in there, and I watered them down. I put like 20 liters of water on each one of them, so they were sitting in the water. And what I did was I ran them across the front face of the building. But before I had to do that, it's like perfect hand-in-hand timing too. I actually decided to paint the outside of the building with a little bit of what you put on like the fence. It gives it a very light brown hue, depending on how dark you paint it. I gave it a real quick light coat just to protect the outside and to kind of camouflage the building a little bit better from when you drive up here. Now you can't tell there's a building up here, which is pretty cool. I do once in a while get the nosy people from the town. Yeah, drive around up in here, and I don't like them having too much to look at. So I did decide to paint this, give it a coat of paint, and it'll help it protect it from the weather much longer. So that's really cool. So then I put the grape vines, and I ran them all over, and I put some nails, and I tied them in the right places so the door would open and the workshop doors would open. And then I just found out today that the left workshop door no longer opens all the way because of one of the grape. So I have to fix that later. I can reposition the hook. But the windows open fine, and it looks really, really nice. So that's really cool. It's too cold here for grapes, but all I have is clay. Yeah, clay. I mean, I think that's if you look everywhere where the Romans had, in my area here, where the Romans had wine growing, it's all clay earth. So I think that they'll be fine. That's perfect for them. Tar and linseed oil make great building finish. Oh, I never tried that. So I have to look into that. Yeah, clay. That's what I actually went and got that for. I was hoping to make pottery, like a real, clay, clay cups and stuff like that. Giving it experiment, the Viking age kind of style stuff. But I can always get more because it's at the construction place, and I can go get some more of that anytime I want. What I like is for him to bring me a truckload of that stuff, but I don't know how much that's going to cost me. It's just for fun. Ah, okay. Cool. As you paint that on there. Yeah, I did paint a lot of linseed oil. I used up probably about 30 liters of that already, and it's expensive. I am at the end of my budget for this project. Now I have to start. Well, the workshop is another story. I'm going to stop spending large amounts of money on this because I got the roof on, the doors on, and it looks really, it looks awesome. I stood in front of it yesterday, and a slight feeling of joy, which is really hard to get. It's really hard to just enjoy something if you're just working so hard all the time and you forget to step back and stop and take a look. Mon Coco 64, welcome. Yes, and so I finally got that to the conclusion that I'm happy with the forge setup. The forge is okay. I have to put one more bracket on the exhaust pipe from the outside, but there is no more M10 thread rod at any of the hardware stores. Can you believe that? I have M12, M8, but the M10 seems to be sold out in all of Germany. So I don't know. I have to find some. I have some at home somewhere because I usually keep that stuff. Yeah, so I took a trip to the recycling place today. Unfortunately, no one was throwing any away, so I didn't find any. Oh, wow, cool. That's pretty cool. It preserved the wood pretty long then, I guess, huh? Well, I am going to be building a whole bunch more of structures up here. My next small project, I'll have to be going around the building and I'm setting up some rainwater tanks behind here. That's going to be another project for itself, but that's nothing too cool. That's just for the infrastructure up here. But excuse me. The next, I have a chicken coop. I want to build a Viking age. It's going to be interpreted because I don't think they've found anything of that nature in the excavations. However, I'm going to imply some of my knowledge of modern day chicken keeping and interpret that into what it may have been 1,000 years ago, and keeping an aspect of efficiency in there as well. So I may be adding some efficient components. Yes, free water is what I just had to lug about 200 liters of water up here today. I was not enjoying any second of that, so that's something I'm going to work on. And because I propagate a lot of plants, I mean an enormous amount of plants, I do a lot of cuttings. That's something I enjoy extremely, is making cuttings of plants and getting them to root and seeing them grow. It's just a very pleasing task. I mean, it's just something, therapy for the mind. I really enjoy that. Yeah, water is always cool. Yeah, that's funny. And so, guerrilla gardening. What's that mean? Go cut somebody's plants down and take it with you, or dig up plants as I go? I don't know. Is that what you mean? Because yes, I do. If I see something cool I like, I'll go dig it up. And especially at the construction sites. And a buddy of mine, he runs a construction company, and I'm constantly at his place looking at what kind of I hear a weird noise. What kind of plants are growing there, and the Viet Cong way. That's funny. Yeah, I'm constantly looking to see what kind of plants he's got growing in his like his sand stockpiles of sand and different dirt, and because that stuff comes from all over the place, and there's some really cool. Well, yeah, there's some really cool plants there. I saved a lot of really cool. Let's see if I can pronounce it. Psalm poplar trees, which is a really cool thing I learned this year that exists. I didn't know that exists. It's really useful for the bees, and it smells in the springtime before the leaves, the buds. It smells like sweet sugar cane. It's a very sweet. That plant smells like candy. That tree, and those buds, they have a like a sap, and you use that for medicinal purposes, and it's really cool. And so what I did is I took all the trees, and the ones I couldn't take, I cut, because they propagate very well when you root them in water. And I mean, 3 or 4 weeks later, they already had roots, which is fast. It's almost as fast as, I mean, willow is probably right up and runner up to that. And I was very amazed to see the success I had with that. And I've planted some of the ones I was able to pull out of the ground with roots already, and they're doing pretty good. Yeah, the forest is full of medicine, especially if I just walk out right here. There's a lot of awesome things. And Clover grows like crazy, and bees love it. Yeah, Hot Past 17. I actually have a video, a little older video. I have yellow clover. It's kind of the hit here. And it's kind of the hit. It's the yellow, gelber Steinklee, we call it in German, yellow clover. And it grows actually 2 meters plus tall. If you have a good spot where it doesn't get bumped or run over. I've had plants last year that were 2 meters tall, and they bloomed all the way almost up into the end of fall, which was so cool because it had just an unimaginable amount of blossoms. It's just something I always I have a little area set up for that. Where, what did we miss here? I'm looking. Someone's making a joke, and I missed it. Maybe. Ah, yes, the Sami, their culture is very interesting, and the way they tie in with nature and respect nature and the spirit world, the spirits, and how they live kind of reclusive in that harsh environment is pretty cool too. There's a mosquito. They must. There's one down. 3,000 to go. Yeah, the Sami people are fascinating, especially their arts and crafts and how they just live with the minimal things out. It's pretty cold up there. I wouldn't want to live in that area of Norway. Well, the bee is very active. That's really good. Hmm. Yes. What was he talking about? Plants. Yeah, that one. I got a bunch of willows that I need to take out of the water. They have nice roots. They need to go and they need to find a home somewhere in the ground. One or two of them I have reserved. The nicest ones. I need at least two for my dog's grave. I'm going to weave them behind there and let them grow a little bit and keep them in a nice little structure, so they look really nice. And yeah, it's something. And the other ones will find a place where I can weave them to keep unwanted passengers watching in. I plant one every year as the row goes down, and the fence grows. So it's really cool to watch that stuff. Willow grows really well here. Oh, you see the bees. Oh, that's awesome. There are over I know in Europe, especially here in Germany, there are over 550 species of bees plus. I mean, and so when we say the bees, we're generally assuming the honeybee is what we're talking about mostly, but that's only like about probably rounds up about less than 10 species of the 550, and so there's a bunch of things that you can learn about if you start looking at what you can do for the bees. There's most of the bees that we know, like if the wild bees, they live in the grounds in some abandoned hole of a mouse or some other form of like a shelter in the ground. So that's a lot of information there. But the honeybees, yes, those are my favorite ones because of course I have those. Yeah, one big disappointment that I like to share. We just was referring to the eBay thing. I went out and I spent a lot of money on an entire forge setup, which I thought was a good deal. And I was kind of hasty to make the deal. And I went and picked up everything. That anvil that I had purchased, the really nice looking rusty one you guys saw in the post. Yeah, it was really rusty. And when I cleaned it, upon inspecting it, after having a really hard time moving it, it was terrible. I had a ratchet strap break on me. I almost impaled the bobcat with a swinging anvil, and I almost crushed one of my trees. I did damage it a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I set it down on the wood stump, started cleaning it, and I seen someone had welded away at it. So it's basically a big 262 kilogram. I found the weight stamped in it. Paperweight. Very disappointing. I'm very angry about that. That ruined my entire day. Yeah, I just didn't want to do any more work after having a hard time with that. So I went and watered some of the plants and finished painting the one side of the building. And kind of just ran out of energy for the rest of the day. So what we got here? Let's see. I have done the same with sapling cherry trees. They were going to cut to get washed out by a small river. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I save trees like that all the time. You can't save them all. That's the terrible thing. And hopefully I get this set up to where I can it's all kind of all over the place now. I'd like to set up an area where I can propagate hundreds or maybe even 1,000 cuttings and keep them organized and labeled and watered correctly, and propagate them in a manner where I keep a small portion and I sell the rest for like $3 a piece. And I'd like to do that because that's a really awesome source of income for the camp, and it costs hardly anything since I use recycled flower pots, and there's plenty of soil here. I get soil for basically almost for free. So it's really a lucrative business. I just need to set it up. So it's does all the work, the hard work, nature does for you. You just have to find the right wood, cut it, stick it in water, or stick it in earth and keep it wet. That's it. And next year, or even in a couple of months, you have a little tree. So it's really something special for me. I like to do that. Ah, Dutch Lion Prepping, welcome. As these mosquitoes are trying to bite me. I don't like that. It's because I got that spotlight on. They come in here and they go all over. It was perfectly fine until I turned that thing on. But if I turn it off, we'll be in the dark. And that's not so cool. Maybe I can figure something out. I don't know. We'll have to see. They're coming in through the door. Yeah, anvil. So I don't know what to do with it. I might just take the grinder and clean it up really, really nice. To spend a couple hours on it, buff it up, grind down a couple millimeters of the edge, and then resell it for a lot of money. With the really awesome forge that I bought with it, a real professional setup, but I can't use it here because I don't have 230 high amperage electricity. So hopefully, if I can just get the $1,000 back out of that I got put into it, then I'll be okay. Because I'd like to sell. The dwarves. If I could find them, I sure would like to have a talk with those guys. There's some things they can make for me. I need a magic hammer that'll destroy all my enemies and come return to my hand and strike lightning and do a bunch of other cool things. Yeah. And that maybe they can make me an anvil 500 kilograms that I can pick up with one hand, made out of gold. But only I can pick it up and move it around like it's nothing. And it's indestructible. That'd be cool. Now we're fantasizing about things that that's pretty cool. I'm gonna dream about that tonight. Big mosquito trying to come over here. That's funny. But I think I can make most of anything that I need myself. So I don't know. I still what I do want to make. I saw that at the one museum. I want to make a swinging oil lantern bracket. I really want one of those. I have to make one, and a bunch of things. I have to run another beam across here and over there. I have to do some more decorating inside here, and I have to see how much of the wind actually cuts through here, because when I don't want to have it get too cold in the winter. So what I might do is hang up some more of these hides I have here. They're very expensive. The Anvil of Power, yes, we could. That's a cool name for it. With a raging forge, yeah. Melt anything. Yep, and so that's the thing about that. I have to resell. I have to fix the anvil and post it back on the eBay. Really, really big bummer, but what can you do? You see something really cool and you just want to have it and you jump on it and it's a big bluff. I guess that's once in a while you get those. But I did get some cool things out of it. I was able to get a hood to get me started on my coal forge project there. So that's seems to be working out for me. And I got a small vise to put on the other end of the workshop that I can mount to the tabletop bench like this here, which is pretty cool. And a bunch of hammers and tools and stuff that I'll probably select the coolest things from and sell the rest with the an old Volvo. That's awesome. Yeah, that's a pretty cool joke. I like that. I know how indestructible the old Volvos used to be. See YouTube video clip. Sweeney remembers his past. Yeah. I have to go check it out. Now we have a mosquito problem on the computer here. Another one. And these mosquitoes are going to eat me. There's one big disadvantage of sitting out here with the light on. Yeah, well, I could have done without all these things. If I would have known this, I would have said no. I would have acquired the necessary components to complete my project elsewhere at not even a quarter of the fraction of the cost, and probably spend a little bit more time searching the internet for another proper anvil. It really, I paid a lot of money, too much. That's what angers me. If I would have been half of what I paid, it would have been okay. Yes, probably pestering me. Loki pesters me sometimes. But yes, I have to watch out for him. Oh my, that's a bad mistake. Bye-bye, Volvo. Yep. Yeah, that machine, I know. It's I was in a hurry and I was like, that's such a cool anvil. I want it, especially because it had the shape I wanted. This one I have, there's nothing wrong with it, actually. It really just doesn't have a round horn, and it's just kind of annoying a lot for me. I'd like to have a nice big anvil with a round horn. And it was rusty. Rust isn't a problem. I can clean the rust off. However, as I was doing that, after I purchased it, it was obvious that someone had welded the living crap out of it before, so I have to clean it up and then make a decision what I want to do with it. If I clean it up nice enough that it's usable, I may not sell it, but my dream anvil is an anvil 500 kilograms. I want one. Why? Just because. It's just cool. However, I'll settle with something between 350 kilograms upwards, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. Yeah, and I have seen they exist. From time to time, they pop up on the eBay and they disappear. Well, there's a bunch of Germanic folklore as well about elves. And really cool stories, especially about in the swamps. Here we have a lot of swamps where I live, and there's some really cool old stories. An 80 kilogram anvil is absolutely perfect. That is 70 kilograms. I say about that size. That's like efficient. That's all you need if you're going to do most jobs you can do on that anvil. It's just, it's not like I can't do anything on a smaller one. I just would like to have one. It's like wanting to own, I guess you could say, fancy tools. Kind of. I just wanted one for a long time, and I'm now at the point where it's gonna happen someday. I've wanted a shop like this for a very long time, and now it's happened. So I think it's time I put all my dreams into one basket and create them into existence, because I'm not getting any younger, and I have the resources now to do everything I want to do and get everything set up so I can kind of enjoy my life a little bit, other than just wake up and go to work for a purpose I don't really see fit, but in order to maintain some balance in this world, you have to go get a job and earn credits to be able to purchase things, at least for the time being. I actually almost bought an English anvil the other day because I think they're really cool. The price was really nice. And then I looked at the distance where it was. It was a 6-hour drive. And I was like, I'm not going to go do that. Not for that anvil. And I asked the guy, can you send it on a pallet? And he's like, no. I was like, all right, thank you. Have fun selling it. He did sell it. It was gone like 2 days later. So unfortunately, I didn't really want it, but I would love to have it. If it was a really good price too. And it was in fair shape. Well, I don't think I can. Unfortunately, I don't think I can trade any items. If someone has an anvil of that size, I'm pretty sure they want about 5,000 euros for it. That's the running price. So just to give you an imaginable amount of how much money that would be. Yeah. Yeah, that would be awesome. Show up with that and just be like, all right, this anvil is free, right? Because I rode here on this awesome horse. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, 50, 60 kilograms. I have a nice one at home. It's almost like brand new. 50 kilograms. It's my traveling markets. And yeah, and that's all I use for when I go to like medieval markets. I have that one, and I have the stump anvils to show historically correct methods. But armor, probably not, because that takes a lot of. That's a specific skill. To make armor, that's like something you do you only make armor, because it's a very unique skill, and you need a lot of experience and understanding of what you're doing to fit to make it work, because it's sheet metal work, and it's pretty tricky, and you need to have the person you're going to sell it to kind of close hand to make fit and test measurements, and it's not something I would enjoy. I have made small pieces of chainmail and such things, and it's not something that I would like to do again. The poetry of anvils. Ouch. Hmm. Yeah. Anyway, enough about anvils for tonight. I think that's kind of a boring topic. Every time I sit around my friends and I go, look what I bought. They're like, oh, no, not again. No talking about big rusty chunks of metal. I'm like, all right, come on. It's cool. Look at it. It's got this. And yeah, they don't understand. It's funny. Yeah, they don't understand the craziness. I must have it. What do we got here? Yeah. Well, I guess I know it's not boring, but not everybody's got an eye and an ear for such. Actually, a buddy of mine, he collects anvils and restores them. He offered to. He said, "Hey, I can fix that one." I'm like, "Nah." So I was thinking about it. The problem is that I have to lift it back into the trailer and drive for an hour to his house, unlift it from the trailer, and probably not just leave. He wants to hang out and talk and drink coffee, and I just want to be back on the road. And he does this, that's be kind of rude to be like, here you go, bye. I'll come pick that up when it's done. That's not very nice so I decided that I probably want to just leave it here, find another one, and move on. Maybe sell everything in like a package deal with somebody. Well, when you strike them hard, you have to make sure that the metal is soft and that you don't strike the anvil hard when there's no metal in between that's warmed up, because you could really chip the hammer or put a really nice mark in the surface of your anvil, which isn't so cool. What was that? Weird noise. But yes, the bigger the anvil, the less energy you need to do your work, because the inertia, the resistance to withstand matter is much greater. So it's easier to put your hammer strike. The energy goes into the workpiece and not to the anvil, which is pretty cool. Jonas Bikla. I have to check him out. No, I do not know who he is. Oh, welcome, Woodlander. Nice to see you. You're missing out on all our anvil chat. We're having a chat about anvils and how, yeah, I just bought one for a lot of money that's no good. Ah, nickels. Okay, yeah. Okay, I got everybody fired up on anvils. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I think I've spent enough money now. I already started. I got all excited. I unhooked my old one. I was ready to lift it down, and I was like, okay, let's go check out the new one. And I had a hard time lifting it out of the trailer because it was a very difficult location in the trailer to get to with the Bobcat. And I didn't have a second person to help me hook it up. So I had to kind of climb out of the Bobcat, figure something out. And then I had it out and it fell out. It kind of just fell. Yeah, the strap broke. I guess the edge of the bucket is like razor sharp. So cut the strap right off. Oop. That's very inconvenient. So I had to work around that problem. And I really had no nerves after that. And then I get it up on the place where I want to put it, clean it, and find out it's broken. It was really terrible. Yes. What's this thing? My Vanishing Wilderness. Oh, really? Did Björn share my channel through that video? I'd have to check that out. Björn's a good guy. He's one of my good friends. Björn is an awesome guy. He's read his books and met him before. And yeah, it's really nice of him to have mentioned that in his blog. And yeah, we stay in touch quite a bit. Square plate on the back. Wow. Okay. I'd have to check it out. I haven't been busy on the computer in a while. Like I said, I was here working almost every free minute that I have. I stick it into this place up here. The Woodlander, the anvil. So I was really excited because it was the size and the shape I was kind of interested in. And I did buy basically a small workshop, about a professional forge and a bunch of rusty tools and a smoke hood and some things, that I add on to my shop, a little vise that I could put in the other corner that bolts up to these tables. And I guess whoever owned it before welded the living crap out of it. Like it's been sanded down so you couldn't see it, and it was really rusty, so I didn't see it. Normally I would have seen that, and I've been having a couple of rough days here. My patience and so it's been, my focus has been off a little bit on those kind of details. But I was overexcited. That's the problem too. I was just too excited, and I just jumped on the deal without taking a second or third look. And it really angers me because I drove out there twice, and I went out there the first time without the trailer to look, and I didn't see that it was welded. It was just very angers me that I made that mistake. It's yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of different videos. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of good people out there doing good things. Some of them don't get noticed. They get washed out by the flood of I can't even speak about that. That's I find no words to even exhaust my breath about the stupidness of this, of what's going on. But let's leave that at that. Yes, I'm getting kind of tired here. I'm going to be another 10, 15 minutes, and I'm probably going to head out. I got to drive home, too. I got to pack up all my tools. I have to close everything down. I have to make sure the forge is out. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeet machine. I'm just looking at this hanger. This is my fire starting kit. Now hangs permanently here at the camp on one of my cool hooks I made. I've got these all over the place. Everywhere you look, I've got some place to hang something. It's pretty cool. I still want to put some cross beams in here. So I want to make one of those hanging like shelves. Really would like to have that. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I misunderstood that earlier. Yeah, I guess the workshop, I've been standing outside today. Oh, you missed the beginning of it. I actually went and got some grape vines that are really old. Mosquito. And did the outside of it. It looks so nice. I am going to be doing a nice video, maybe the end of the weekend, sometime Sunday, Monday. It's a very busy time here. I have to do several things this weekend. I have to go and see how Vanessa's doing this week. She's still not at home, so I'm gonna go see. I could go visit her and see how things are going. And that's gonna take up half of my weekend, so I won't have much time for that. So for videos. Do I have merchants? You mean probably merchandise, or I'm not quite sure what you were asking there. But I do not have that yet. No, I'm still working on getting everything 100%. Like I said, I'm just ready to move the anvil, and that kind of bummed me out today. That would have been the biggest thing. But so what I'm probably gonna do is push it where I would like to have it, and keep searching for a nicer one while I try to fix this one and sell this one. But I do get a lot of heat for that. If I try to make a German video, a lot of people will cry. So probably none of you guys here. It's one of the more of the I don't know, people that don't understand that there's a lot of German viewers here. This is Germany. This is my home. I have a lot of German subscribers as well, and once in a while, I do like to say hello, in German to them, that make everybody feel that they're part of this big family here. T-shirts. I really would like to. I have a whole bunch of really cool slogans that would fit my channel really well. I just have no clue how to do that. It's just right now it's beyond my understanding of how all this works. Danish. Yeah, sometimes you can try to understand some of the like if I'm listening to another language, I hear some of the words and I was like, I know he said something about this and that. You can make out some of the words by listening. Yeah, patches too, maybe. Yes. Yeah, a foil helmet T-shirt. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that idea. Oh, that's really nice if you hot pass 79. I was just contemplating today, just while I was working up here, of starting a German channel, just a little bit about self-sufficiency and gardening, and like what I do here, a little bit more towards geared towards kind of the modern day aspect of things. Yeah, the bees more a little bit, and maybe a little bit of this, and see how it goes, see which direction it takes. Your Swedish friend makes fun of you. It's all good fun, I guess. Yeah, a lot of my German acquaintances, they laugh about my German accent. Foil helmet T-shirt. Yes, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I have to figure something out really cool. I have to figure out a cool slogan for that T-shirt. Where's your tinfoil helmet, you conspiracy theorist? Something like that. And have that'd be funny. Realist. That's pretty cool. The Viking age. Yeah, it started out, the tinfoil helmet thing. It was just a joke, really, and it's yeah, a cracked anvil T-shirt. They'll be kind of like insiders that like the real, like regular viewers will understand, and the people that join the chats, only those people will understand some of these T-shirts. Like, what is that? What is a Pooh Bear T-shirt? They're like, what is that? So they won't know. But yeah, I like T-shirt. You have to look into how that works. That's something I need to get. Need a robot assistant to help you with the anvil. A robot assistant. Yeah, let me call up Elon Musk. Yeah, Elon, I need a robot here. One of your robots. You can send me one for testing. I'll put him to work. He could lift this anvil up like 50 times and see if he goes kaput. Like, move it here, move it there, pick it up again. How far can you throw that? Yeah, that's funny. Little Pooh's out in the car right now. He's probably wondering why I'm a robot Viking. Well, that's kind of a little bit far-fetched, I think. Yeah, I am trying to learn a little bit Norwegian because I'm planning on going to Norway someday here again this year, maybe. We'll see. How the world is doing when I am ready. What is that? There's some weird insects in this place here. I don't like that. My little fire's going out over there. That's good. I'd like to go home here in a couple minutes. I'll let the fire go out and then probably head out for the day. Been a very long, exhausting day. Yeah, so I am really happy with the way it looks from the outside. I have a nice roof over my head. It's waterproof. It does not rain in here. That's so cool. You can't imagine how I am enjoying that. It's some rain actually scheduled for tomorrow and this weekend. So I might come up here and actually try to like just take a nap in the bed while it's raining. That's really relaxing. Spiders, yes. That's why sometimes though you'll see me film. Well, Vanessa will film all kinds of insects. So that's one of her, major skills. She likes to go and do macro photography. And sometimes she films like the spiders and stuff, which is that's why I interpret that a little bit into my videos as well, because it's also part of the story. The whole thing. Can't ignore Loki, even though he's evil and sinister. It's everything is a part of the big circle, and you have to kind of pay attention to everything a little bit here and there. The rain nap. Yeah. This is awesome. Yeah. Yeah, I would check the bees out today too. Man, that was tough. I don't know. I have this one bee colony. I think the queen. So this is a bee split, and the queen is in there. These bees are. I guess you guys would call this a hot hive. And I tried to catch the queen to put the marking on there, and she flew off. And I was like, that has never happened before. It just takes off on me and just starts buzzing around me. And I was like, oh, this is terrible. This is not good. And the colony just starts attacking me. I'm like, what is going on? This is terrible. So I really just, closed that colony up and kind of tried to keep an eye out for the queen, but I lost it. And she just left and hopefully made it back inside the colony. I'll have to check that now on Monday. That'll be my next bee inspection day. So I set up I set up a bee colony. I split one of my major hives into two brood chambers. I split them into two colonies, and one of them I'm going to use to rear queens out of two of my favorite colonies. I'm going to make a whole bunch of really awesome queens, so that I'll have some really nice queens to replace maybe some of the older ones in those two colonies and have backups. And maybe start another one or two nice little colonies before the winter, which will be really awesome. New experience for me. This table I'm sitting at right now will be an excellent add-on for me to be able to do that, because I can go get the frame with the freshly hatched brood, and I can set it down with the magnifying glass and sit here and actually extract the larvae and plant them in the little brood frame cups that you're supposed to put them in, and then go back down to the bees and hang the frames back in the bees, which will be very, very, very awesome. The bugs, yes. Spiders especially. He doesn't like spiders. But I'm not so fond of them myself. But if, bugs, they're bugs. They can go somewhere else. They don't need to be sitting here on my bench or my table. Mm-hmm. Oh, my fire is out. That's pretty neat. Okay. Okay, I didn't get the joke there. Must have missed out on something. Okay. All right. There's not a lot to talk about. So I just got you guys the update. I got the doors on. I've got the The outside is really nice. And I've got my little living quarters area in here. So, all right, Orifölk, I'm going to end the stream here in about 2 minutes myself. I'm really glad you could make it today. It was awesome having everybody here. I'm going to be on my way home here in just a second. Yeah, thank you very much. Have a wonderful, I guess, day, evening, or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Now I have bats in here. It feels like I have bats in here. That's crazy. All right. Okay, guys. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm probably going to end the stream here. And hopefully I can get to a video this weekend. A new puppy. Yes. Okay. Well, take care of that little critter for me. Puppies are awesome. And I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. And hopefully soon I'll be posting a video updates. I'm trying to get the forge put together so it's actually functional. It's still kind of like in test and tune phase. I've made a couple of small things on it the other day. It was pretty cool. But I do like to change some things around. And like I said, the anvil thing just really... I have to figure that out. It'll take me a couple days. So thanks a lot for tuning in. It was really awesome to see everybody. Okay, there you go. Stay safe and see you soon. And if you have not already, check out some of my recent videos. Some real cool stuff in there. You can watch some of the older ones too if you'd like, which would be awesome. And I am still giving away an awesome Berserker axe that I have restored when I hit 3,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours. So keep that in mind, guys. Stay safe. See you soon.